What's up, guys? Welcome to this exercisation. This is Nestor Adriansen, and today we're gonna learn about pivot tables and more. When I say more, I'm talking about pivot charts, slicers, dashboards, etc. Hey, but before we get started, please hit the subscribe button if you don't wanna miss anything. Alright, guys, no more talking and let's dig in. Today we're gonna go through 7 different topics. We're gonna go through create relationships between tables to create a dashboard in Excel 2016. This is gonna be fun and let's keep going. Create relationships between tables. Here we have 5 different steps, okay? And we're gonna go one by one. The first one, there should be at least 2 tables. So let's take a quick look at our data right here. We have 2 tables, and actually we have another one right here. So we are good with this step. So the second step right here, format data as a table. Let's take a quick look at this tool right here. If we go to data, and then here is the relationship feature, okay? But if you guys can see right here, this is not active yet. And one of the prerequisites to make this option active is that this data should be in a table format. So that's what we're gonna do right now. So we have to be inside of this data. It doesn't matter which cell you are at. We can select this cell, we can select another cell, but let's select this one right here. And then we're gonna use a really nice shortcut, Control T. Let's press Control T, and then we have this option, create table. And we have right here, my table has headers, yes. And let's double check that the whole data is part of this table. If you guys can see right here, there is a dashed line right there. Those are the limits, right? And it seems like all data is selected. So we are fine. And then we hit OK. Boom. So now let's do for the other ones as well. So we're going to select any cell within this data, Control T. And now let's make sure that all the information has been selected. Yes. Also, right here, we already have headers and we hit OK. Boom. So we are good now. The third table right here, we're going to do the same. You can select any cell within this data, Control T. Let's make sure that all this data is selected. Yes, all of this data is selected. Headers, check right there. We are good. Hit OK. Boom. So now we are done with this step, okay? The third step is to name each table. So we have some help right here, right? So we have right here units, we have region, and we also have right here claims. So let's name those tables real quick. Let's select any cell within this data or within this table, and then let's go to design. And right here, we have the option to name this table. So let's call this units. Perfect. Let's do the same for the other tables. So that's how it works. So now the third step is over, right? Let's go to the fourth step. So let's double check that one of the columns involved in the relationship has unique values. Okay, so this is really important. So remember that we have 2 different types of relationships. We have one-to-one, and we also have one-to-many relationships, okay? That's why we need to have unique values at least in one of the tables, okay? So in this case, if we look at these 2 tables, units and region, so what's the connection between these 2 tables? And before we do that, let's remove the column filters right here. We're gonna use a shortcut as well. Control-Shift-L, we can remove the filters. Hey, if you haven't watched my tutorial about shortcuts, it's highly recommended. I'm gonna share with you guys the link here as well. Let's do the same for this table. Control-Shift-L, boom. Now it's better, right? So what's the connection between these 2 tables? Right away, we can see that the connection is claim number, right? Let's double check that at least this column has unique values. Control-Shift, down arrow, and we select the whole column right here. So now let's go to data, and right here, remove duplicates. So we only care for claim number right here. So unselect all and select claim number right here. Hit OK. No duplicate values found. So we are good now. Now let's double check between units and claims. And before we do that, let's remove the filter right here as well. Control Shift L will remove the filter. And what's the connection between units and claims? So right away, we can see that the connection is ID, right? And now let's make sure that this column has unique values, okay? Control Shift down arrow, we select the whole column right here, and then go to data, remove duplicates, right? And select all, and we care about ID. Hit OK. No duplicate values found, so we are good. And now, how about if we do the same for these two tables, region and claims? Let's do that. So what's the common column here? Right away, we can see that the common column is claim date. Okay, let's do it. Control Shift down arrow, and then let's go to data. And right here, let's remove duplicates and select all, and then claim date. Right here, we hit OK. No duplicate values found. So we are good. So that's how it works, guys. Remember that many-to-many relationships don't work, okay? Also remember that one-to-one relationships are quite uncommon, and one-to-many relationships are the most common and desirable type of relationships in a data model. So let's keep that in mind, okay? Now it's time to create the relationship between these tables. Let's do it. So here we have a general representation about how these type of relationships work. So we have three tables, and we can see right here that table 1 is connected to table 2. So that connection is column A. And then we also know that table 1 is connected to table 3, and that connection is column X. So in this case, just for this example, so we can see that table 1 is basically units, and table 2 is region. And of course, the connection between these two tables is claim number. And then the second relationship is between table 1, which is units, and table 3, which is claims. And that connection is ID. So let's keep that in mind. I wanted to share with you guys this chart because it's very useful to understand how relationships work. Okay? All right, let's keep going. The first relationship that we want to create is between the tables units and region. Let's do it. Let's go to data, and then let's go to relationships. As you guys can see, this feature is active now. All right, let's hit that option right there. And now the party just started, right? So let's hit new right here, and then let's select these two tables first. So we're gonna use the table units, and then we're gonna use the table region, okay? And then the connection between these two tables is, of course, the claim number. We already saw that, right? Claim number right here, and then we hit OK. Boom. That's how it works. So now let's create another relationship. New again. And then the second relationship is between units and claims. Okay, let's do it. And then the common column here between these two tables is, of course, ID. And we saw it, right? ID. And then we hit OK. Boom. We have just created two relationships. So now we are done, and we hit close. That's how it works, guys. All right, now it's time to edit relationships between tables. Here are the steps. Data relationships. Data relationships. Let's say that we want to create another relationship. Okay, let's do it. Let's hit new, and then let's create a relationship between region and claims. Region and claims right here. And then if you guys remember, the connection between these two tables is claim date. Claim date. So after we do that, there is an alert right here. This relationship would create a duplicate relationship path, so it will be created as inactive. I did this in purpose because I wanted to let you know that we can have more than one relationship between two tables, but only one should be active. So if we create this relationship, for example, this is gonna be inactive. So in this case, we're not gonna create this one. Let's hit cancel. So now let's say that we wanna edit a relationship. How does it work? It's very simple. We select the relationship that we wanna edit. And in this case, let's say that we wanna edit this one right here. And then we hit edit right here. So let's say that between these two tables, we have more than one column in common. That's how it works, right? And we would select a different column right here, and then we would select the same column right here. So that's how it works. We're not going to do that because we don't have two common columns for these two tables. And let's cancel this one right here. So let's close this one right here. And now we are done with this point. Let's go to the next point. Insert a pivot table by using a data model. This is fun. So we have two options right here to insert a pivot table. So we can use insert and then select pivot table, or we can use a shortcut. Guess what? I love shortcuts, so we're gonna use a shortcut. So Alt, N, and V at the same time, and you can get the pivot table option right there. Okay, let's do it. So let's select this table right here, and now let's select Alt and V at the same time. Boom. And now right here, let's make sure that you select use this workbook's data model. So hit right there. And then let's select right here existing worksheet right here. And let's select the location where we want to place the pivot table. And in this case, let's do it right here, and then let's hit OK. Boom. So if you guys can see right here on the right side of your screen, we have three different tables. We have the claims table, region, and units, right? For our first pivot table, we're gonna use units and claims, okay? And right here for claims, we're gonna select product claim. So let's drag product claim into rows. There we have it. And now from units, let's select units claim. And let's drag this into values right here. So that's our first pivot table. If we take a quick look at this pivot table, here we have a blank row. So what's going on? Why are we seeing blank rows right here? So here is the explanation. So what's happening here is that we are seeing all the units that were claimed, but we should only see the units that intersect between these two tables, right? Because this model is taking into consideration the intersection between these two tables, right? So that's why we are seeing a blank row right here. So how do we solve it? Very simple. We go to this one right here, and then right here, let's unselect blank. And we hit OK. Boom. That's how it works. And we can also edit this pivot table right here. Let's go to design right here, and then report layout, and let's select right here, showing tabular form. Boom. That looks better. So now let's insert another pivot table. Let's select any cell within this table, Alt N V, and right here, use this workbook's data model. Existing worksheet right here. Let's select this cell right here, hit OK, boom. So now we're gonna use two different tables, units and region, okay? For units right here, we're gonna select units claim, okay? It's right there. And then for region, so we're gonna select country, and then we're gonna select region right here. And then there is something else that we wanna do right here. For units right here, we wanna select delivery into rows. Boom, that's how it works. And again, we're seeing right here a blank row. It's because this pivot table has all the information, right? But we only care about the intersection between these two tables. So that's what we're gonna do right here again. Let's go to this part right here, and then let's unselect blank, and boom, we fix this. Also, if we wanna change the design, let's go to design right here, report layout, show in tabular form, boom, that looks better. Let's close this one right here. As you guys can see, we have inserted two different pivot tables. Now let's go to the next point. So this point is quite fun as well. Apply conditional formatting to a pivot table. We have some directions right here. Highlight the cells which values are greater than 15. And here are the steps, okay? Select range of cells, home conditional formatting, and then highlight cell rules. Let's do it. So let's select this pivot table right here, okay? And let's select this data right here. And then let's go to home right here, conditional formatting, highlight cells, rules, and then greater than. So right here, and in this case, it says greater than 15, right? So 15 right here, and we hit OK, and let's see what's happening here. Perfect, it's working. So every cell that is higher than 15, it's highlighted in red. Let's say that you guys are controlling a process and you have a limit. So the limit in this case is 15. If it's higher than 15, there is an alert right there. Each cell is highlighted in red. So let's go to the next point. Now let's insert pivot charts. And in this case, we're going to select the first pivot table right here, and then insert, and right here, pivot chart. And in this case, we're going to select 3D pie, and then we hit OK. Boom. If you guys want to add data labels, you can do it as well. And then let's move this chart to this area right here. All right, that's our first pivot chart. Our second pivot chart is gonna be for the second pivot table. Same thing here. Let's select this pivot table, insert, and then right here, pivot chart. And in this case, we're gonna select this option right here, which is the stack column. And then we hit OK, boom. And in this case, we're gonna do the same. Let's drag this chart right here into this area. Boom. We have right there two different pivot charts. So now let's go to the next point. Insert slicers. Slicers are very important if you want to play with your charts or data. Now let's insert slicers. So this is how it works. First thing that you want to do is select the chart. And in this case, we're going to select this chart. And after we do that, let's go to Analyze and then Insert Slicer. And right here, we're going to select Product Claim. And then we hit OK. Boom. There it is. And if we want to put this right here, let's do this right here. Boom. Now let's insert slicers for the second pivot chart. Same thing right here. Let's select this chart and then let's go to Analyze, Insert Slicer. And right here, we're going to select Country, Region, and then Delivery. And then we hit OK. I'm going to teach you guys a trick right here as well. If we want to move these three slicers at the same time, we can do it. Let's hold down Control, click right there, keep holding Control, click right there, and then finally click right there, and then let's move it. And we can move the three slicers, okay? And then you can organize according to what you want, right? It's right there, and then right there. Boom. That's how it works, guys. All right, we have just inserted slicers. Now it's time to create a dashboard. In this step, we will be using our imagination, okay? So we will be changing colors, we will be resizing charts, etc. So this is gonna be fun. Let's do it. So right here, first thing you wanna do is select this page right here, and then let's select this option right there, okay? Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna copy these charts right here, okay? And now we're gonna copy these charts and slicers. If we wanna select multiple objects right here, hold down Control and then keep selecting, okay? Let's do it. Hold down Control and then keep selecting right here. All right, so we have the two charts and then we have the four slices right there. Control C, and then let's copy this into this page. Control V right there, and there you guys have it, right? So now let's start editing this part. And in this case, for example, let's remove this part right there, right click, and then hide value field right there. Same thing right here, hide value field button on chart. It's right there. So let's change this title right here. We can call this product claim. And then right here, we can call this, if we want, we can call this claims by region, right? Okay. What else we can do right here? So if you guys are creative right here, we can change this color as well. I can call this just white. We can move this right here, right there, looks better now. And right here, if we want, we can add a vertical line right here as well. So let's go to grid lines right here, and then primary, major, vertical. It's right there. That looks better. So let's resize these charts real quick. So let's select these two charts, control, and then click these two charts right here. And now let's go to format. And now right here, let's select 3.5. And right here, let's select 6.0 right there. Okay. So that looks better now. Remember, this is just creativity, right? We are just playing with these charts right here. That looks better. So now let's edit the slicers, okay? So right here we have 4 slicers. So the first one belongs to the first chart. And what we're gonna do is basically, let's organize this a little bit better. So if you guys can see right here, we can see this data, right? Coffee maker, fan, you can see blank right here. How about if we select these 4 slicers? Hold down control and let's select every single slicer right here. And then right click, and then let's go to slicer settings, and right here, hide items with no data. This is very helpful. And then we hit OK. That looks better, right? And now, how about if we hide this blank right here? So we don't care about blank, right? And I already explained why we were seeing blank right there. Okay. And right here, let's go right there. Now let's align these charts, okay? All right, so we go to format, and then right here, align, and then align top. That looks better. And we're gonna do the same for these slicers, okay? Multiple selection, and then select these 4 slicers, and then we go to options right here, and then align to the top. So all the slicers are on the same level, okay? And then you can keep playing with this tool, right? So let's say right here, you can have multiple selections as well here. Let's hit that. And then you can see right there, all the units claimed for dryer, printer, toaster, and TV. And then you can keep playing as well. If you want to see just for TV, 32 units were claimed, right? And then if you want to go back, same strategy right there. Boom. That's how it works. Same thing right here. And we have right here, you can do multiple selection here as well, right? Here are the 3 delivery companies, UPS, FedEx, DHL. They are right there. So we want to know just for Peru, multiple selection, just for Peru. That's how it works. Just for Peru, we have Central, North, and South. And we want to see just for South, multiple selection right here. And then just leave it South. And then if we want to add labels right here, we can do it as well. Let's go right here, labels, add labels, data labels right there. Boom. And then you can change colors right here if you want. You can do that as well, right? And then multiple selections right there, multiple selections right here, boom. We can add labels, right? Data labels. Okay, it's right there. If you want to change colors right here, the same thing. Go to right here, go to right here, select this one right here, and then go to this part right there. And there you have it. As I said before, this step involves a lot of creativity. You can keep playing, you can keep changing colors if you want. let's say that we want to change the colors for the slides, we can do that as well. Hold down Control, and then right here we go to Options, and then we can change colors right there, right here, right there. So that's how it works. This involves a lot of creativity. You can keep playing with this tool, but you can get the general idea, right? So that's how it works. That's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, leave a comment below, and subscribe to my channel. Again, this is Nestor Adriansen from Vsexualization. See you guys in my next tutorial.